Stay tuned as we're going to tell you some of the top reasons why you might consider relocating from the New Jersey, New York, Connecticut tri-state area to Western North Carolina or upstate South Carolina. And we've helped quite a few people make that kind of a journey in relocation, haven't we?
Yeah, we have.
And you know a little something about that area, right?
I do. I grew up in northern New Jersey, and now we live in Hendersonville, North Carolina. And I can say confidently, I am happy we're here, and I don't really miss it.
And that's not what the first reaction was. The first reaction was, oh my gosh, I'm going to miss everything about, having the access to New York City, the food, the this and that and the other.
Okay. All right. So there are, now that you're bringing that, there's a couple of things. Okay. So number one is my family. My family is still in New Jersey. But we do get back and we see them a couple of times a year. I have family that comes and visits, and
it's easy to get back because by car it's 12-hour drive. It's not that bad of a drive because you can go up Interstate 81 for most of it through Virginia. Very pleasant driving through the Shenandoah Valley, but it is 12 hours. The other option that's much better though is to take the direct flight between Allegiant runs a flight between Asheville Airport and Newark. And it's very inexpensive because they're a low-cost carrier.
Yeah, I mean it's no frills, but it gets you there and back pretty cheap. So
everybody's gonna miss the proximity to the family. What other things do you miss from New Jersey?
All right, so the pizza. I mean,
that's subjective, right? Because everybody has their favorite pizza.
Yeah.
Some people swear by like Chicago deep dish.
Yep.
I'm personally not a huge fan of that. Sorry if you're from Chicago. Yep. Some people say it's got to be like New York style. Some people, there's even a Detroit style. Who knew? But
there's a Detroit style pizza here.
Pie squared.
Yep.
But so that's subjective. But what do you miss about it? Is it the crust, the sauce? What is it?
Oh, it's the crust. I will say West First does a pretty good, it's kind of like that little burnt taste.
Well, they're wood-fired pizza. So that's a location right in downtown Hendersonville that does pizza. Yep. Another good pizza option for me, my favorite in the area, is called Amazing Pizza Company, and they're actually in Mills River.
They're pretty good. I will say, because one thing that you don't really tend to find around here is that you can't just go somewhere and pick up a slice.
That's true. It's usually you've got to order a pie.
But I did notice that Kay's SoFlo Pizza on Upward Road, you can get a slice there.
That's a good pizza option too.
Yeah. So for that kind of thing, because so
basically you just talked yourself out that you can find good pizza here.
It can pass muster. Okay, it'll get you through till your next trip back. Yeah. But the pizza, it's hard to
see. To me, and I was never a fan of this kind of stuff, but to me, it's the bagels. Right?
Yeah.
That you really can't find an alternative here.
No, that was going to be my other thing was the bagels, but
So just get your bagels when you go back.
The
to
carbs.
Yeah.
if you're on a high protein diet, then you'll be okay.
So it sounds like mainly what you miss is food and friends and family, and not much else.
Yeah.
So what do you not miss about New Jersey? What do you like about living here versus New Jersey?
Okay.
What are some of those things?
The traffic, for sure, because New Jersey definitely has way more traffic. I will say I miss a little bit of the proximity to some of the shopping. Sometimes
Well, depending on your area here, there's just some stores that don't exist. For a good example of that is Costco.
Yeah,
there is no Costco currently in Western North Carolina. They're
coming.
They're starting to say they're going to build one near Asheville, but so currently you have to drive an hour either to Spartanburg, South Carolina, or Greenville, South Carolina, to get to a Costco.
Yeah, and the closest Target would be on Airport Road in Arden.
Which is about 20 minutes.
Yep. So if you're in Hendersonville, it's like 20 minutes. But I will say it's like a pleasant drive to go there. It's not a trafficy drive. I would say probably time-wise to get to the stores is probably almost the same.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just... and
you have distance versus traffic.
Yeah.
So do you want to be driving or you want to sit in traffic?
I mean, maybe it's a wash, but you probably...
There is no such thing as traffic. I mean, you're in New Jersey, you're on the turnpike, you're in traffic. That just doesn't exist here at this point in Western North Carolina.
Not to that level, no.
And so traffic is something that's definitely worse. What about kind of and that has to do a little bit with population. So we don't have near the population here.
No.
The city of Hendersonville is about 15,000 people.
Yeah.
The county's about 115,000 people.
I mean, I don't think most folks in New Jersey could even fathom
that few people.
Right. Yeah.
But because of that, you don't have kind of the hustle and bustle that you typically
No,
find.
I mean, it was an adjustment to kind of slow down a little bit.
you
You
kinda-
don't, there's no horn honking here,
Right.
really.
You recalibrate.
Yeah.
You take in nature. You're having a Zen experience every time you go outside.
Yeah.
Versus New Jersey, so there's just not that kind of fast paced kind of thing that you feel when you're up in near a city or metro
And you do
area.
kind of adjust to that. As soon as the
Almost
light turns
instantly.
green, nobody's honking at you, and you get over it. I mean, yeah.
But the one thing is, if you are used to driving, like Formula One or NASCAR in New Jersey or in the metro area in general, you're going to have to recalibrate that too when you come here, because you just, number one, some of the roads are mountain roads. You're not going to be able to go that fast
No.
anyway. But number two, there's probably somebody in front of you that's just not going to go that
They're
fast.
not in a hurry, and it's a 2-lane road, and you're just not going to be able to get around them. So
it's
just pack your patience.
Just what it is.
Yep.
The other kind of thing that you probably don't miss, I certainly don't miss, is the cost of living difference of being in New Jersey.
I mean, yeah.
So just housing related, just our personal experience
Yeah.
when we moved. Now this has been some years ago, and it always changes a little bit, but we pretty much had picked up 3 times the square footage of a house. So much larger house here in Western North Carolina, and our property tax went down by about 2/3.
Yeah.
So that was a big difference just
Yeah.
in housing costs. And of course, if you are from New Jersey, New York, Connecticut, those are some of the highest tax burden states in the entire country. And so when you move anywhere else, it's going to be better. But North Carolina and South Carolina in particular, both of them are really good from a taxation point of view.
And I think for us, it also really kind of improved our quality of life. We just weren't it really just allowed us to live more outdoors. I would say just the vibe in general is
Also the pressure and the burden of knowing you
Yeah.
have to, always be performing to cover that cost basis, right?
Yeah.
It's just a little different
Yeah.
recalibration when you come here.
Yeah, I would say in general, people they value a lot more just living, and I think you see that value more
It's kind
because
of that saying, you work to live, not live to work, or whatever. I probably botched that up, but that kind of saying is definitely true coming down here.
Yep.
Let's wrap it up. The other difference between the two areas is definitely that if you're used to New York City and you love going into the city for
Yeah.
Broadway shows, restaurants, any kind of retail, I mean, it has it all, right? It is the center of the universe and one of the biggest city in the U.S. And you're just not going to find that here. However, you will find glimpses of that, or basically smaller, condensed versions of that.
Yeah.
So if you're wanting to see a show, where can you see a show around here?
the Flat Rock Playhouse. It's the State Theater of North Carolina, and it just happens to be located just 15 minutes south of Hendersonville in Flat Rock. Not even 15 minutes, 10 minutes.
Yep. And if you want kind of James Beard or Michelin award-winning kind of restaurants, you go
Asheville.
to Asheville, North Carolina. So
I was gonna say, are you talking about Greenville, Asheville? I don't know.
Well, you can go either direction
Yeah.
for about the same times.
Yeah.
But so you can get great food. Probably the diversity range of food is not going to be what you find in New York City, because it just has everything. But
Yeah.
but you will find options that are enjoyable and highly rated and touted. And in terms of retail, we talked a little bit about that already. But
Yeah.
I mean, frankly, it's online shopping these days.
I know.
For so much of it.
Yeah, it's really that. For better or for worse, I mean, you can pretty much order anything. So
I mean, in terms of major stores that you have to travel a bit to get to, Costco is definitely one of those. Trader Joe's is another one.
IKEA is
And
Charlotte.
then IKEA is a 2.5-hour drive from here to Charlotte. And there's another one in Atlanta, but that's even further. It's about a 3.5-hour drive. So
Yeah.
those are the key differences. I would say as a whole, though, we'll leave it where we start off, which is you really don't miss much about New Jersey.
Hi, it's Suzanne and Ryan with the Live Play WNC Real Estate Team. We know you'll love Western North Carolina and upstate South Carolina just as much as we do.
We aim to be your go-to source for all of your real estate needs. And if you're relocating to the area, be sure to ask us about our Home Ownership Made Easy program that we've perfected over the years, helping others relocate from all over the country.
And if you like the insights that we have to share about this area, be sure to hit the like and subscribe button so that you receive notifications and share with your friends.
And if you're ready to schedule a call to talk about next steps, shoot us a message at info@liveplaywNC.com or give us a text or call at 828-222-5034.